Hello and welcome to the Smoke and Steel Podcast, episode number 0.5. It's official like a referee whistle. I've been wanting to say that all day long. So, if you're watching the video, you can see I got these handy dandy headphones on. I got this big giant microphone in front of me. I'm happy to say that the initial beta test worked really well. I was surprised. You know, I had that condenser mic here, lots of fan noise going on. You know, an old Insta360 1X2, I believe, so it's like 2 generations behind. I really didn't know what I could expect from this setup, and the end result was pretty okay. It was like well within the acceptable range. So I was happy with the video quality. I was happy with the audio quality, and there was a lot of noise, but I was able to filter out a lot of it, actually. I mean, there's a lot of noise coming through the headphones. I can hear the whirling of all the fans, but hopefully I'll be able to do the same sort of audio magic with that. So, previously I had mentioned that I ride a motorcycle, and the camera that I am recording this on is one that I use on my motorcycles to record motorcycle content. It's one of a couple of different cameras I have set up. This generally gets mounted on the motorcycle to get, views around. And there's a secondary camera, or actually it's a primary camera that gets mounted on the chin of my motorcycle helmet. And I have a lavalier mic basically wired up inside the helmet so that I can talk as I ride down the road, and the cameras pick up that audio. And there's a special plugin that I use for filtering out wind noise in the helmet, and I was able to use that same plugin to dramatically reduce what is effectively lots of wind noise in here. There's just this constant whoosh of fans blowing and whatnot, and I was pretty happy with the way all of that shaked out. So I recorded that on Friday, I believe. Yeah, it was Friday, and I got the video edited pretty quickly. I mean, it really sort of invigorated me, lit a fire under my ass, if you will, and it felt just good to do that again. It's been so long since I've done anything like that sort of recording for Stogie Review, so it was cool, it was nostalgic, and it got me motivated to do the editing really quickly. I had the editing done by early evening, Friday. A few hours later, I was really happy with the end result, the way that everything sort of came together. I shared it with a few people. They seemed pretty happy with it. I posted it on Stogie Review. It got a couple of views there. So we're on the right track. We are moving forward with this podcast thing, and one of the really cool things is that I was able to move forward and order this podcasting setup. So I had mentioned that I was going to order a Zoom PodTrak P4, a series of microphones and headphones and mic stands and all the stuff that goes with it. I was able to get it all as a kit, so that made things easier. But I wasn't sure when they were going to arrive. Like many things I order on Amazon these days, it claimed 2-day shipping, but it was looking like they were going to miss the mark yet again. I checked the status of the shipment at 6 p.m. Yeah, it's 8:30 now. I checked it about 6 o'clock, and it was still listed as at the carrier facility in Conshohocken, and it just didn't look like it was coming, even though it said that it would be here today. Coincidentally, about 20 minutes later, I got an alert, a notification that I was the next stop, and I had it about 15 minutes after that. So it was really cool. I immediately got it set up out here. Well, I didn't set the whole thing up. I just got a couple of things out. Snapped a picture for Eric so that he could see what he was going to be walking into later. And eagerly ran over to Walmart to pick up an SD card, because who has the big giant SD cards anymore? All my SD cards are minis. And I needed a big one for this audio recorder. So ran over to Walmart, picked up what I needed, and here we are doing this second beta test. I'm going to call it episode 1/2. And I just couldn't wait to mess around and get this thing set up. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I know a couple of the other guys are excited about it. I'm not really sure how this is all going to shake out, how I'm going to make it work. The microphone's kind of interesting. Like I can sit over here, and it doesn't pick it up great, but I can hear. So it's got a bit of a cone. So we may be able to get two guys sharing one microphone without too much trouble. I mean, I'd much rather have you like in front of the microphone so that it directly picks up your voice. But we'll just do what we need to do and make it work. Whether it's going to be two of us at one particular episode, four of us, eight of us, however it shakes out. I met up with the guys today. We had a meeting at the social club, and we were briefly talking about the podcasting situation. And Eric, one of the guys, was asking me what I thought of in terms of timeline, like format wise. How long of a show are we doing? Like 30 minutes, that sort of thing. And my initial response was, well, I want to take the Joe Rogan approach. If it's over in 30 minutes, then that's fine. If it takes 3 hours, then it takes 3 hours. It's fine. You can always turn it off, come back to it later if you're interested, or just turn it off and not listen at all. That's fine too. And yeah, I'm just I'm pretty excited about this whole podcasting process. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to getting back into the swing of things. So, we've pretty much covered everything that I wanted to cover in this video. I was just eager to get the equipment set up, do a little test pass, if you will, and just kind of share the good news with you. But I feel like we can take this a little bit further. Go just a touch. Wow, you can really hear me dragging the ashtray across the table. I wanted to talk about kind of a score that I found recently. So, for a very long time, when it came to cigars, I was probably loyal to a fault. Generally speaking, regardless of what business we're talking here, whether it's cigars or barbers or butchers, like insert your niche profession here. When I find someone that I like, they're my guy. I go to them up until the point where they mess it up and lose me as a customer. So for a number of years, I was buying like 99% of my cigars from one cigar shop locally. And when they messed that up, it's funny I put it that way. When things went sideways with that particular shop, I really just pushed all of my business elsewhere. I've been buying a lot of my stuff from Cigar Page. Every once in a while, I'll buy from Famous. Every once in a while, CI. But the bulk of the business these days, the bulk of my buying goes to Cigar Page. I think they have great deals. And typically, the stuff that I smoke, which is like mid-range stuff, the Murcielagos, Serie V's from Oliva, New Worlds from AJ Fernandez. It's all those cigars that are in like the $7 to $9 range, generally speaking. Typically like retail pricing, and I'll pick them up for, I got a 10-pack of these for, it was like $50. They worked out to like $5 a stick. I really like the New Worlds. They typically shake out at about $100 a box versus, I think I was paying $170 at my local brick and mortar for a while. But anyway, when I'm buying from Cigar Page, I'm pretty much limited to like modern stuff. You're not going to catch a lot of boutique deals on Cigar Page, so my exposure to some of these like one-offs or limited production stuff has really dropped off. I don't smoke a lot of it because of where I buy my cigars, and I'm not saying that I necessarily miss it. It just kind of is what it is, and I've accepted it. But a couple of my friends have been talking about this local, I guess, I don't know whether it's a franchise or whether it's just a chain, but there's this place called Smoke Kings, and they have multiple locations here in Pennsylvania, at least multiple locations in this particular area. And they're like a one-size-fits-all tobacco / vape / cigarette / lottery ticket reseller. And It's one of those stores where you walk in and they've got glass pipes and they've got roll your own supplies, machines. There's like those games of chance tucked away in the corner. Not a place that I would think of as a destination spot for a cigar enthusiast, I should say. So I've been hearing things about these stores, and one of the things that they do is they buy up cigars that are not moving at other places, or if a shop goes out of business, they buy up the inventory and then they distribute it to various locations and sell it there. So I had one friend, I don't even think it was a year ago, he had mentioned that he walked into a Smoke King's in Quakertown, Pennsylvania, and found on the shelf a box of original Camachos. Before the bands got real big and it became more about marketing, like the old school Camacho Coyolars or whichever line he picked up, but they were the original Camachos. He was pretty excited about it. I mean, I got pretty excited just hearing him talk about it because I haven't seen an original Camacho in a very, very long time. Another friend, coincidentally, smoking the Murcielago, another friend of mine at the Royersford location found the original bats from EO brands, Ortega and Espinosa. I haven't seen those things in forever, and yet here they are popping up at these Smoke Kings locations. I mean, like, they don't have a lot of them. Box here, half a box there, that sort of thing, but they are popping up. We had another friend who mentioned finding, I don't remember which cigar he found, but it was another old cigar that I hadn't seen in a decade or more. So anyway, I had some errands to run. I was going to be in Royersford, so I decided to stop into Smoke Kings. And my first time there, I walk in, the store is kind of like surrounded by cabinet humidors. And I'm sort of making my way around. I'm not seeing anything really impressive. It's mostly just modern stuff at brick and mortar pricing. I mean, I remember seeing the Series V Milanio. They had it for like $14. I bought a 10-pack for $45 not too long ago, so I was not interested in going that route. They had AJ Fernandez New Worlds at about $8 a stick. I usually get them for about $5. So most of what I was seeing was like not groundbreaking. It really wasn't. If I was going to see more of it, it probably wouldn't have been worth the trip. But I get to the back of the store and there's this like obscure sort of humidor that looks like it's got mostly boxes in it. Not like cardboard boxes, but like boxes of cigars. So I make my way in and I'm seeing some pretty cool stuff. There's a box of Emilio AF2s. I haven't seen those in a long time. I don't even know if they're being made anymore. There was some bundles of some other random stuff, but there was one box that really caught my eye, and it was this. I bought this domino set. It was a box of La Gloria Cubanas with a set of dominoes inside the box, and I thought, wow, that's really cool. Me and my friends like playing dominoes. These are the dominoes that have the little metal tab in the middle, so they glide over the table nice and easy. I didn't particularly need a set of dominoes, but the box was $73.95 or something. It was about $74, and it was 10 cigars and a set of dominoes. Now, at the time, I glossed over the fact that they're double sixes. We don't play double sixes; we play double nines. But visually, the domino looked kind of like a 9. It was the size of a typical double 9. Not. I have a set of double sixes, but the domino itself is actually significantly smaller than this. So anyway, I'm like looking at this thing. I'm thinking, that'll be a cool novelty thing to pick up. And then I looked a bit closer at the domino. And I thought, that is old. And that is cool. Because the EPC is Ernesto Perez Carrillo. And he hasn't been with La Gloria in, well over a decade. It's got to be well over a decade. So it was like, wow, this is cool. This is like a piece of memorabilia. I'll pick it up. Maybe we'll play some double sixes sometime. I'll smoke some cigars that are obviously a bit older. And when I got it back here, I handed the box to a buddy of mine. He thought it was really cool, and he looked on the tax stamp, and lo and behold, it's a box of La Gloria Cubanas from 2011. So, box of cigars that are 14 years old, a set of cool collectible dominoes, all for $75. I think it was well worth the price, and pretty cool that you can walk into a place and find these sorts of thing in existence. So if you have a Smoke Kings near you, you should definitely check it out. From what I'm told, they get these wild things from time to time, and you can find some really cool aged cigars just tucked away at reasonable prices that you would think are non-existent, like extinct, unless it's in some sort of collector's humidor, tucked away deep in the collection. All right, folks, I think that's going to do it for this episode. That should be a nice, good, solid recording test for me to mess around with the new equipment and see how it shakes out. So hopefully you enjoy it. Head on down to the comments. Let me know what you think, and I will catch you in the next one. Hopefully with a whole bunch of guys. It might get rowdy. I'm pretty excited about it. Hopefully you are too.